Ahoy, salty dogs! Lenscap here. I'm Lenscap. This is StarMade. We're playing episode 17. No, that's not right at all. We're still Dave. Okay, let's move on. I'm just cleaning out my inventory really quick before we get started with our project for today. I want to show you guys kind of what I've got planned and what we're doing for today's episode. This is the box I wanted. And gray hull goes here. And guys, look at this inventory. It's so clean and beautiful, I can't even handle it. Okay, so since the last episode, I've been working on a few things. If we go down into the drone bay, I've gussied up this place a little bit. Kind of applied the same style we had in the interior up above to down below. So we got the grates, we got the lights, we got the thrusters. It's all good. The only thing we don't have down here are pipes, and I am gonna have ship systems everywhere, so I think we're gonna ignore the pipes for this. I moved these ramps back so now you can squeeze down easily. No more hitting your head on logic. Speaking of logic, we're likely going to have to rewire all of this. All this logic that we spent like 4 episodes working on, or whatever. We're going to have to redo it all because I didn't account for having to have doors on the sides. And I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do the doors yet, but we are going to have to do the doors somehow. So I guess we'll get to that when we get to it. For today's project, however, I want to work on the, what is it? Oh, the head of the bee. That's what we're doing today. We want to go, we're going to step right out here and not fall to our, until we're too far away from the gravity block. Oh, we did it anyway. I was holding shift like I was playing Minecraft and trying not to fall. Today we're going to build the head of the bee, or at least part of it, at least get started with it. I think that's our plan. No, I don't think that's the plan. I know that's the plan. That's what we're going to do. There we go. That's kind of more the shape I want. So I'm just doing the standard kind of layout thing that I've done the rest of this build. It seems like it works pretty well for me. And that's just, excuse me, just a place gray hull until I get something I like. And then kind of a shape around it that I like. We'll do one dimension, and then we go about doing the other dimension, and then we fill in the interior. It seems like that's the best way, for me anyway, to build these things, because I'm not exactly the best at pre-planning this stuff, and as I'm sure a lot of you guys are as well. I don't always have an idea of exactly what I want in my head when I start some of these things. Alright, let's do a little bit of this together, though. We need mandibles next. So let's put in some mandibles. They're going to go kind of like this. Let's see. Yeah, that's about the right shape. And then we'll come back in like this. And one more block right there. Alright, so that's going to be, let's see, maybe we exaggerate this a little bit and have them go like that. And how can we do the same kind of thing in the bottom? Have them go like that. How's that look from the side? Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then this little bit in the middle that's gray now, we'll just remove it, and it'll just be empty space. And then it'll look like mandibles. We want them to look a little bit sharper, so how can we make them look more sharp? We can pull this back to here. That'll work. That helps with the effect. Okay, yeah, that works. How can we make them sharper even? if we do this like that. No, now they don't look quite centered right. So maybe this way. And then if we pull this one back also so that it's the same. Well, we're going to have to do it 4 because they're not quite even. No, that's not quite what I'm looking for either. What if we drop this instead of like that? That's closer. Yeah, that's definitely more of the kind of shape I'm looking for. What if it just comes straight across? It's not very organic that way, though. Yeah, no, I don't like that. That's not organic enough. We definitely want it to come down. I think we'll drop it here. Like that. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do for the mandibles. Okay, and then we'll have 2 big eyes and antennas. So let's go ahead and do the... We're almost ready to start on the interior of the cockpit kind of situation. Yeah, that helps. Okay, wait a minute. What if we did like this? I think this is what we had before. Yeah. Well, we'll fiddle with that a little bit further when we get to it. Let's work on the inside. Well, we need a little bit more of a shell. We're gonna have to do... Let's lay out the eyes next. So here's the next bit of skeleton for the shape of our bee head. You can see it's starting to form the shape of a skull, which is exactly what we want. I think we want to go ahead and do this line as well. So we know kind of where the rear of the where we know where the back of the shape of the head is going to be. I think like that. Or perhaps this way. No, I want it to come in one further like this. Yeah, that's what I want. So there's that shape. So we've kind of got the shape of the head ready to go. We just need to fill in the gaps here. I want to add eyes. Those are going to be like the cockpit windows are going to be eyes. We'll put in antenna as well. We might do something like radar jammers for the antenna. That'd be kind of cool. Then they're functional as well. Of course, we also have all this empty space inside that we can hide all that kind of stuff, radar jammers and whatnot. I can't decide. I think I want it to be more bee and less spaceship, if possible. Yeah, more bee, less spaceship. That's my plan. So, all right, let's make a little bit more progress and see what we can find out. All right, so we're starting to add in some color. I'm trying to do eyes now. The eyes are going to look a little wonky without the wedges and heptas and tetras and all that stuff for sure, but mostly right now we're just working on shape. Glass is really hard to get shaped properly when you don't have all the angles and stuff. But that's okay. That's a later step. And so we're just kind of shaping eyes right now. Yeah, this isn't turning out too bad. I mean, it's a little bit weird, but it's no weirder than this. And this is just the first part of it. Anytime you build something like this, it's called like a draft. Which it's not, I guess, like the first major revision, hasn't taken place yet. Let's put that guy there. Let's see. Yeah, we're kind of revising as we go as well. Just the nature of the way that I build requires that. Excuse me. A frog in my throat today. And there are definitely some holes. Let's see. Not there, but there. Yeah, that looks good. If you look at a bee's eye, like if you do a Google image search or whatever of a bee's eye, they kind of have this cutout right here where the antenna goes. So I thought it would be pretty cool to incorporate that into our bee face build. Misclick. So we've got kind of that shape going on. Let's even do... Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, and that's going to be... Oh my gosh, it totally looks like a bee. This is awesome. This is coming along great. All right, so I say. Next we'll do some more of the colors on the outer hull. Probably replace the gray with black and maybe fill in some of the holes. And then we can get started on the inside. Alright, so we've got some pretty good shape going in color as well. There's eyes, they're clearly eyes. I might switch it out with orange glass or orange crystal or whatever it's called instead. Right now I'm using yellow. I might switch it out with orange just for a little bit of a little bit more variation. I tried to outline it in black so that you can kind of differentiate a little bit better, and that kind of worked. Along with the mandibles as well. They're outlined in black also. And that kind of worked. There's still a few touch-up places, you know. Any artist, I mean, I'm not going to go so far as to call myself an artist, but any person who does creative work is always going to find spots about their work that they don't like, so... but it definitely is taking the right shape, so I think we're ready to leave it for now. Gosh, I can't quit messing with it. There's always something. But that's okay. I mean, that's how we improve as builders and as players of this game. Yeah, okay. Lenscap, stop. Stop. Okay, time to get inside the belly of the beast, so to speak. Oh, you know what? I don't even have symmetry on. I gotta undo all of those changes I just made. Now we can redo that, the black at the bottom. Right? Nope. Can't be doing that either. Alright, it's time to go inside the belly. Let's work on the interior a little bit together. We're gonna turn lighten on. And okay, there's a lot of room in here. There is plenty of room for us to do some really neat things. So I think what I want to do, let's lay out some floors first. We definitely want like a main kind of command floor, like a command deck, so to speak. And maybe we do turn symmetry on for this. Yeah, symmetry is not a bad idea in this case. Okay, so we'll turn symmetry on for this. We have enough room to do the interior walls as well, which I really like having that option. That is very nice. And this black, it does lead to outside, but we can ring around it. We can ring around the rosy if we have to. Let's undo those last couple ones, though, because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that bit just yet. Is this a block there? Okay, I just was in it. So that gives us a little bit of a collar. Let's put black around this. Just to kind of cover it up. I don't think that's going to retract from our build at all, or detract from our build at all. Yeah, that seems to be fine. I don't see a problem with that. That ring of yellow. We need to color this too. It's only solid black. I don't like that. It needs more color. We'll blend the yellow in, kind of. Okay, but anyway, back to what we were doing. We need some interior going on in this. Now, what I did before, when I built this part, gosh, and this part is almost as big. This is great. We got plenty of room for cool stations and stuff. Okay, when I built that part, I did like a layout of the rooms, and then I put in the walls and the floor and the ceiling. So I think that's what I'm gonna do here. So we want 5 stations. We need a pilot, like a captain, and a navigator. Now the captain, of course, needs to sit high and center, so maybe about here. So he's got to have a ceiling. So let's think about that first. Maybe we just coat the inside with this gray hull, because there's plenty of room for that. And then everywhere that's not crystal armor gets grayed out. And then we'll go in like we did before. You know, we started, if you recall, when we did the interior of the rest of the ship, we started with just a gray blob, basically, and then filled in the colors. Yeah, I think this is going to work out all right. And we'll just color all of the, out of the exposed external hull. From the inside, we'll just make it all gray. Let's see, we can remove some bits even. So tell you what, let's do this. Let me do this off camera, because this is kind of dull. So I'll do the interior walls and stuff, and then we'll start laying out stations together. Oh, I left the lighting on, and let's turn off symmetry. In fact, let's do a walking tour. I was going to give a tour of all I've done. Oh, this is our flight camera at the front of our ship. So that's where we're gonna fly from, and whatnot. I would like to put another camera, maybe more centrally, further back for combat, like a combat camera, and kind of see what happens there. Okay, let's hop out of this. I want to give you a tour of the bridge so far. Can I not? Oh, I'm not in gravity. Okay, I was trying to jump, but there's no gravity. So here's the bridge. It's awfully dark in here. So that's something we'll have to do. But when we get to the interior design part of it, we'll add lights and stuff. So my plan was, I think we're only going to have 3 stations here. Well, you know what? We got room for 5. Let's do all 5. We'll put... So here's my plan. We'll do captain on one side, and we'll do navigator on the other side. I've got little chairs for them. Kind of neat little chairs. We're going to put ship, like, decorative systems all the way around them. That'll be cool. We can put another station here. Maybe this will be the medical officer. We'll put the engineer over here. And then I thought we could go down and put the gunner down here underneath. But what I might actually do, what could be cool, is instead is if we go up and put the captain up here. And we'll do gunnery, engineer, navigator, medical officer. That makes more sense. Why do we give the engineer a prime seat? Well, because it's a drone ship. He needs to see what's going on. Is there... Okay, there's black hole behind that. So that's what we've got so far. I'm going to work on a little bit of an interior and see if we can't get something that looks pretty cool. We need to close this off somehow. Maybe I'll just put gray hull in front of it. Maybe I'll put ship systems or something. Okay, I'm going to work on cleaning this up, decorating, and see what we can come up with. Oh man, it looks so much better with stuff on the inside of the cockpit. Even from the outside, doesn't it look better? The eyes and everything. Dude, it looks so cool. Alright, let's hop into the cockpit. No, hop into the core and or rather hop out of the core. Anyway, we want to go do a tour. Let's turn on some gravity. Guys, we've got the entire ship sealed now. Like, the airlock is our only entrance. We can't just fly in the front anymore. This is awesome. This is a big milestone for us. and I'm so excited for this. All right. Oh, I forgot to do pipes. We could do pipes in the well, it looks fine. Let's check it out first, and let me know what you think. If we need to add pipes, we can add pipes, but let's scope out what we got going on here. So I managed to work in all 5 workstations. Here's the view when we enter the cockpit. Looks pretty sweet. We got 2 stations here, 2 stations here, and a captain here. So that's total 5. The captain will walk up here and sit in his seat. The seat faces backwards, so he has to rely on the input from his crew to make decisions. He's not making rash decisions that way, and he has to rely on his crew. I like that. The view from the captain's seat is pretty cool because we've got these shields and power readouts. Power and shields aren't installed yet, so there's like 1 block of each apparently, or I think the shields, there aren't even any blocks of that. So there's 1 power module there, but there's our captain's seat. He's got his little computers or whatnot, so he can read out that, and he's got his shields and power readout, so he can make informed decisions on that one. All right, let's hop out of our captain's chair, and we'll move on to the next set of quarters. I haven't designated whose quarters or whose station is whose, but there's like navigator, gunner. This is probably gunner. This one over here is probably navigator. There's a little sunken in area here, which kind of works pretty cool. Which doesn't really need to be sunken in, honestly. I had that sunken in because this part was open. But then I closed it off, so whatever, it works fine. This is probably our navigator. Here's red for weapons, I guess. Blue and green for medical, that'll work. The ramps need a little work. Let's do these instead. And we'll just put them regular wedges like that. That's a little easier to work. I was thinking that the corners might be better because you could come at them from different angles, but I think the wedges work better in this instance for that. So we're going to leave it wedges. All the seats work. None of the displays obviously do anything, but they all look pretty cool. It's kind of crowded in here, but I wanted it to feel crowded. You know, we kind of have that same theme going out through the entire interior of the ship. It's crowded, it's cramped. It's supposed to feel tight. I might even tighten this up a little bit and put a wall here. Maybe fill it with server racks or something. I don't know, just something to make it feel tighter there. It's almost too open. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. That's going to be it for this episode. Today we got a lot done. I feel like the B ship is coming right along, and she's looking really cool. So next episode we'll work on something else. We may continue B ship. We may start some other project. I'm not sure yet, but keep an eye out for that. Today is, at the time of this recording, and I'm probably going to release this today, is Friday. Generally I've been taking weekends off of YouTube because I do have a real job as well. But I should be able to get another video out to you guys on Monday for StarMade. Like I said in the last one, I'm trying to do 3 or 4 a week just to be a little consistent there. But anyway, if you like the video, leave a like. Thanks for tuning in.